Good morning, dear children. So, we have already begun with the discussion of the permanent tissues. We have discussed the simple permanent tissue, the parenchymatous tissues. Now, after the parenchymatous tissues, today we will discuss about the collenchyma cells. Now, as I told you, these cells were initially meristematic cells, then they differentiated into the parenchymatous cells, and now they are growing, they are maturing. As a result, we see thickening in the walls of the cells, we see certain specific shape of the cells occurring. Let's see how the collenchymas have been characterized. So it is also a simple permanent tissue of living cells which provides flexibility to soft aerial parts like the leaves, young stems, so they can be bent without breaking. This is important. They provide flexibility to the soft aerial parts. The cells possess uneven thickening and at the corners of the cell. I told you the cells are isodiametric, so at the corners you will find little bit of thickening. The intercellular spaces are lesser compared to the parenchymatous tissues. The cells are elongated but appear oval or circular or even angular in transverse sections. The collenchymatous cells give mechanical strength to the tissues, and they help the plant's organ bend without breaking. The collenchyma also allows growth and elongation of organs, and they being living tissue also help in storage, and some may contain chloroplast for function of photosynthesis. You have to draw this diagram for the collenchyma tissue. This shows the collenchyma in the transverse section and the longitudinal section. The cells are elongated, unevenly thickened. They provide mechanical strength. The next type of simple permanent tissue is the sclerenchyma. Now, we have been discussing that the meristematic cells are the dividing cells, okay? As these cells divide, the height of the plant increases, and if you just observe just below the tip of the plant, those parts you will see the cells are maturing into the permanent tissues. And we discussed that there are three types of permanent tissues. One is your parenchyma, one is your collenchyma, the other is sclerenchyma. Parenchyma is the simple permanent tissue which does not have a very thick wall. In collenchyma, the thickening increases. You see little bit of deposition in the corners of the cell. In sclerenchyma, now this mature cell has more food. Now it is storing more food, so it is also depositing more lignin in the corner of the cells. So here the deposition increases and it is of lignin. Let us discuss about the sclerenchymatous tissues. This is how the sclerenchyma looks. I want you all to draw this diagram. Now, as I told you, there is more thickening. This thickening is made up of lignin, and the main function of it is to provide hardness to the cells. Okay. In the walls contain certain unthickened areas which are called the pits. You see that they are labeled over here, the pits. Sclerenchyma is of two types. They are either fibers or sclerides. The fibers are made up of spindle-shaped, long, narrow cells that reach a length of 1 to 550 millimeters. They generally occur in sheets or bundles, and sclerides are short, broad, thickened, highly thick-walled sclerenchymatous cells which occur singly or in small groups. They are also called stone cells or the grit cells. These all provide strength to the cells. The sclerenchymatous cells occur as the hypodermis in monocot stems. They are present inside the xylem phloem also. They act as the hard covering of seed, nuts, husk of coconut. Have you seen the fibers of the coconut? They are so long. They are all sclerenchymatous tissues. And the function is mechanical strength, protection, and many a times these fibers are commercially used, like hemp, jute, coconut, flax. All of you are aware of these fibers. These fibers are commercially used. What are these fibers made up of? These are the cells where the lignin has got deposited, and they are acting as the support of the plant. They are giving protection, they are giving support to the plant. This is how the sclerenchyma looks under the microscope of a well-prepared slide. Now, sclerenchyma are mainly located in the stem around the vascular bodies, xylem and phloem, and in the veins of the leaves. Haven't you seen? I hope all of you have prepared the vein nets of the peepal leaf. You soak the leaf and you get only the veins out. They are all hard, isn't it? Why is it so? Because they are made up of cells which are all sclerenchyma. It is the hard sled covering in the husk of the coconut. It provides stiffness to cell and also strengthens the plant parts. And I want all of you to draw the diagram. This is the picture how it appears in nature. This is a picture of the transverse section of a leaf. If you see over here, the cells are highly dark with thick walls. These are your sclerenchymatous cells, and if you see, this is the place where the veins of the leaves are present. Now this is the epidermis. Then you have the parenchymatous cells here. Here also they are modified, and the epidermis is also modified to show stomata. And over here is your collenchymatous cells. Collenchymatous cells are less in number in case of leaves, because leaves have a large number of chlorenchyma, which is a type of parenchyma. They perform photosynthesis. Some collenchyma is there. You will see with thickened walls. They are there. They have chloroplast. So leaf, if you see, you will find collenchyma. You will identify them with thickened walls, and they will also show chloroplast. Parenchyma will have very thin walls, and they will have chloroplast. So this is your chlorenchyma present in the leaf. This is just an example to make you all understand how they look under the microscope.